Okay, so we're recording, and this is the team call, the team huddle for October 21st. So really quick, I don't want to take a lot of time, but I want to just talk a little bit about asking, because there's no way you can get to talk about Arbonne and tell anyone the story of, then that's our job, is to share the products and information, unless you ask and get people to respond. So there has to be some kind of dialogue and startup. So we've got this daily method, this daily checklist that we're working on. And whatever level you guys are at, you're asking people to check out the business. You're asking people to check out the products. You're following up. Following up is huge. You're adding new names to your list daily. These are things you're doing every single day. If you're a social media person, you're posting on social media. You're doing the personal development things like reading every day, affirmations, just getting your mind in the right place, listening to a training, etc., being on a call like this. And so that's the way that you're going to build your belief in yourself and in this business and be able to grow your business. So a lot of us get to a point where we're frustrated and we just kind of crumble and we stop doing activity. And I don't know if any of you listened to Thomas's call on Go for Gold. I think it was last Friday or last Saturday or the Saturday before. And he was talking about, we have to stop stopping and we have to start starting. And I totally resonated with that. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so frustrated. And then I just stop. And then I get excited again, and then I stop. And so we have to just stop stopping, because that momentum can't ever happen without continually doing daily things to push your business forward. If you keep stopping, you get to start over, and that's where frustration comes. So a lot of people are like, I'm failing at my business. And there's no such thing as failing, guys. There's just starting and working on personal growth, because all of us come from different points of personal growth. Some people have confidence and knowledge about the business and a network already, and others of us don't have any of that. So we need to work up to it. Some people are influencers, and some people have to work up to be an influencer. So wherever you're at, you just have to start at that spot. And then asking is how everything starts. And so we have these business asks and product asks. Some people do 5 and 15. So they write down in a notebook 5 new reach outs a day and 15 follow-ups. But if you want to do 2 and 5, 2 new reach outs and 5 follow-ups, so whatever you can do consistently, you do. You know your schedule and you know what you can fit into your life. And if you break it down into 4 15-minute chunks per day, that's 1 hour. And so and when you're done, you're done. And you have to understand that when you reach out to people, whether it's by text, by phone, messaging them on social media, however you do it, 90% of them are going to not respond. 90% of them are going to just dismiss you or ghost you. And do you know what we call that? We call that normal. It is totally normal. And you have to expect that. When you ask and you get no response, or you get a no, well, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So that's awesome. You're moving your business forward. And in the process of asking, there are going to be those people that you interact with and start conversations with that are going to get you somewhere. So when you're starting conversations, you're just kind of putting people into your funnel. The more conversations you start, the more people can shoot out the bottom as either a consultant or a PC. And it takes a little while to get going, but you start by asking. So you start by asking your warm market first, people you know, and then you can move on to asking random people that you don't know. Those take a little bit longer just because those people don't know you, like you, trust you yet. Okay, you can't hear. Jamie can't hear anything. I'm recording and I'm not muted. Can other people hear me? Just type yes, I can, or no, I can't. Or give me a thumbs up if you're on video. You can hear me, Kimberly. I don't know
yeah.
You can hear you. Okay. I'm not sure what the problem is with the other, but anyway, it's recording, so it'll be in Rebecca's group. So if you are embarrassed, because I really thought about this, I don't like talking to my warm market about business. Sometimes I feel like it's easier to approach strangers, and it is. But I looked up some statistics about network marketing, and just because it's gotten a bad rap in the past, honestly, good now, Jamie, good. This industry is unbelievable where it's going and where Arbonne is going. Like Arbonne is ready to take off like a rocket. It is taking off like a rocket. Right now in network marketing, there's over $183 billion in sales. That is massive, guys. There's 20 million people in the US involved in direct sales. And Arbonne, not Arbonne, sorry. Network marketing as an industry has created more millionaires than any other industry around the world. These are just facts, okay? People can't argue them. They're true. So you are representing a business model that is so smart and so successful. And if there's someone that doesn't want to hear about it, that's okay. Don't be afraid to share it. Do not. You've got to start conversations with people. And so here's kind of what I wanted to share to get you some verbiage, because people are like, I don't know what to say. And that does kind of stop you. And then you sit there for 15 minutes thinking about what to say. Meanwhile, 15 minutes goes by and you could have messaged 5 people. So be casual. Don't give a lot of information. If you're calling someone, or even if you're sending them a message on Facebook or whatever, use Facebook Messenger a lot if you can, or voice texting. You can just say, hey, you know, I've been following you for a while, or maybe you know them. You're like, but you haven't talked to them for a long time. You can say, hey, you know, I know we haven't talked in forever, but so your first sentence is starting out with how you know them. Okay. And then you move into like what you want. Like, hey, I'm curious, would you be at all willing to take a peek at a side project? Or, hey, would you like to take a look at how to make some extra money online, how to create more time at home, a way to create a retirement plan, like whatever it is that you could introduce them with to this business. And if you don't have an open door to do a business ask, then you'll do a product ask. Like if you have connected with someone who needs to lose weight or needs to have more energy, or somebody has commented on a healthy living post that you made, you would start there. Hey, hey, you know, I've looked at your profile. Like, I love your profile. I love that you're into healthy living, just like me. I'd love to know if you would take a look at this 30-day program we have. I'd love to shoot you a video about it. So if they've commented on anything nutrition, or they posted about they need more energy, or they need to lose weight, or anything, then go to them with the product ask. If not, then go to them with the business ask. The product ask would be, hey, would you be willing to take a peek at how a lot of us have gotten healthier together? Or if you've done a makeup post, you may say like, hey, would you like to take a peek at some amazing vegan makeup? I saw you liked my post about the makeup. Thanks for the like on my before and after. Would you be willing to take a look at the products that I use? Like, don't go into that they're pure, safe, and beneficial and vegan and all that stuff. Don't just go explaining everything. Just be short and casual, and don't feel like you have to talk anyone into anything. Don't vomit anything about Arbonne. Now, when you do those reach outs, there's a lot of people that aren't going to answer you. Like I said, 90% of the people probably won't. So if a few days go by, there's the follow-up. You circle back and you just say, hey, sis, hey, did you get my message? No biggie if you weren't into it. I'm just following up. That's it. That's all you say. You just want to get dialogue back and forth. If someone comments on your comment in response to what you say, then it's like you're playing tennis. You're hitting the ball back and forth to each other. So just be super casual. Hey, you know, I thought of you because you liked my post on social media. I checked out your profile. I just love that you're passionate about health and wellness like me. Or, hey girl, you're so great on social media. I've got a way that you can be leveraging your time. Would you like to take a look at a business that I'm involved in? Just following up after you put that out there, following up with them a few days later and just asking them, hey, you know, did you see my message? I'd just love to follow up. No biggie if it's not your thing, but I just wanted to check in. Or, hey, I almost hesitated to ask because we barely know each other, but I thought of you because, and then give them a compliment because you are so amazing on social media. You have such a big network. I thought of you because you're so positive. There's so many people on social media that aren't. So people love a compliment, and it opens a door. And then just always give an out. Hey, if you're not open, great, no big deal. Like just make it so casual that it doesn't matter if they say yes, great. If they say no, great. It doesn't matter. So just being really chill. If they say they're not interested right now, so if they do give you a response, which most won't, but if they do give you a response and they say, yeah, I'm not interested right now, but thank you. It's like, hey, you know what? I wasn't interested either when I first heard about it. It's pretty cool. I found, I found out that it was totally not what I thought it was. And just people like you were leveraging their time with an amazing side hustle. It's a really amazing business model. But hey, would it be okay if I just sent you some product info? So just ask for that one more thing. Don't go on and on about anything, but just say, hey, are you more interested in the vegan nutrition or is skincare more your jam? And just see if you can offer them a sample. If not, no big deal. You know what? So just start with the business, unless you have a reason to reach out with them with the products. And if the business doesn't go anywhere, then switch to products. And then just keep it relational. Just get going in conversation with them just a little bit. Maybe go onto their post and comment on something that not scary, stalkish but like something that they posted a picture of, or just comment on something real casual, and then see if you can circle back and just through another door. So don't give them any kind of pressure, and just say, hey, I appreciate you being my friend. No problem. Just keep it light, but keep it professional. And then just kind of think about your spheres of influence. So on your daily consistent activity sheet, you kind of just want to make, like Rebecca talked about, some circles where you have people that you're connected to in different areas of life. Find those eagles that she talked about, the ones that would influence, and kind of target them. If you're going to have a get together, just again, don't stress about how you're going to invite people. Just shoot them a message and say, hey, I'm having a few people over next week. Keep it casual. Would you be willing to come over and I'm going to just make some shakes around my kitchen table? Or, hey, you have a few friends who you can invite over and I'll come over and just make some shakes around your kitchen table. You can pay healthy forward by doing that or something. So it's just, I think in our heads, we just get so stuck on, oh gosh, what do I say? How do I ask? Just go ahead and do it. And because network marketing is not something that you're going to get better at by listening to trainings. Reading about how to do it is not going to get you better at it. The only way you're going to get better at it is by doing it. You have to just actually do it. You just have to reach out and then keep track of who you're reaching out to, which I didn't do for a long time. Who did you give samples to? Who did you message? How did you message them? Just keep a notebook and keep writing down who your reach outs were to, and then what you did to follow up. And then if someone says, nope, not interested, hey, you know what, can I circle back with you in 6 months? Sometimes things change. I'd love to just touch base with you, after the new year or whatever. Sometimes people are like, yeah, great, no problem. And then I write it on my calendar. I go forward to January 15th, reach back to this person, and I write down what I last spoke to them about and when, so that when January 15th comes, I'm going to look at my calendar, there it is. And they're going to be like, so many people are surprised that I remembered to follow up. And it's only because my phone is good at remembering to remind me to follow up. So anyway, I just want us to get comfortable with asking, and keep it simple and light and nothing crazy and stressful and complicated and not a lot of words. Just keep it simple. Sometimes maybe write out a message that you're going to send and just see what words can you cut out, and then just send it. Don't even think twice about it. So I just wondered if anyone has any questions, like about what to say to who, because a lot of times people want specific verbiage for a specific situation, and it might be something we could talk about right here for like 5 minutes. Otherwise, I would love to get off and then have us just for the next 10 minutes reach out to 5 people with kind of what I just said. And if you have a hard time remembering like what it was that I said for verbiage, I can even like copy and paste it in the comments under this video when I post it on Rebecca's page. So do you want to unmute? Does anybody want to unmute? And then we can, if you have any questions, or what do you think?
After Universal, I now have a maximum walking speed.
Anybody have any questions or anything? If not, I can just end it and post it. I just want to make it
Hey, Lisa.
Yeah.
it's me. We're just getting back in the car, so it's kind of chaotic. But I'm gonna get out and add something. So I just wanted to add in that it can be very nerve-wracking when you guys get all up in your head about what to say to someone specifically. And I was doing this as well. And Lisa and I are in our accountability group with a couple other area managers, and they were giving me some advice. And I just wanted to piggyback on what you said, because you had given me advice earlier, and so did Molly, and it was really great. And so like right now, traveling back from LA, I was sitting there doing my little daily consistent activities, and was thinking about what to say, and all of those things are really great. And then there's a couple people that I want to talk to that I don't know what they would be interested in, and yet I just have that gut feeling like I'm supposed to talk to them. And so if you guys have that, take a moment to think about yourself and think about why you're doing this and what makes you so passionate about Arbonne. And one of the things I typed up for one of my asks today was, you know, I'm just getting back from my trip, as you saw, and I'm so motivated to help other people have the kind of freedoms that I'm experiencing, and being able to do the kind of things I'm doing because of my business. I would love to just share some time with, or share what I do to earn extra income, to see if there's someone in your life that could be blessed by this. My kids literally just drove off without me. They're such jerks. Oh my gosh, we've had such a great time. But really put it back onto the passion of what you're doing and why you're doing this, and the kind of impact that Arbonne can have. Even if you guys don't have the history or the paycheck, or you haven't had the success with like coaching people through 30 days, really lean on the success of others and what you're seeing happening around you, and with other consultants, with me, with Lisa, with any leader that you have. With Jamie is huge, with having success with the 30 days, like anybody else's stories. Don't allow yourself to get caught up in, but I haven't done X, Y, or Z yet. Once I get to this point or that point, or once I have, then I'll be confident. Like, don't allow yourself to get to that point, because you're really robbing others of what this can do for them. And truly, like, I listened to one today, and it was talking about having the urgency and living life like today's your last day. And it just kind of hit me, because it's like, I'm so grateful for the time I had with my kids this weekend, and being able to talk to people. I have 5 one-on-ones scheduled this week to talk about the business. And I did that while on vacation and enjoying my kids. So just really remember the gift that this can be, and borrow other people's stories when you're creating your verbiage, like Lisa was saying. That's all.
Awesome. Awesome. See, from a vacation in California, you can do asks, and asks translate into one-on-ones. One-on-ones can turn into sponsoring. Sponsoring can turn into your next ace. Like, it has to start somewhere, and it starts with asking. But it kind of backed up before asking. It starts with believing. You got to start believing that what you have to offer is so valuable. You have to start believing that you can lead other people by starting to lead yourself. Lead yourself into doing something uncomfortable that you know is going to move your business forward.
Yeah, it's hard. Like today, I mean, this week, well, I had one-on-one, and then product samples, two so far, one more coming up this week though. But it's so hard to say. I mean, the product, yes, but business-wise, because it's, I'm not there yet. I don't have it. And they're like, well, look, if it works so well, then why don't you go ahead and retire? And it's just like, or if it works so well, why don't you have a car? Or if it works so well, so that's the kind of thing that I keep thinking, and it's just, so that's why product seems to be easier, but yet somehow I break down, I don't know, in terms of, then it goes back to expensive products and all that stuff. But, I don't know. I just have to work it out. It's just, stuff goes through the head.
I hear you. Some people go fast, some people go slow. And I feel like part of the reason why maybe you or me aren't going as fast as we want, for me, I haven't sponsored the right people. I'm not looking for eagles. I'm just looking for anyone. So
Right.
you have to get a little more picky. And then you have to just have a vision so big by pouring into yourself each day, just reading stories about people who've been successful, just as much as you can, not all day long, but just consistently every day, 20 minutes a day or 20 pages a day, so that your vision, like you can cast a big vision for other people. Because if your vision is small and you just think, the makeup's amazing and the protein tastes delicious, well, that's not going to create a massive business for you. But if you can show people, if you can tell people that you can show them how they can create time and financial freedom in their life in a matter like 1 to 5 years, guaranteed, if you put effort and time into this and you commit, these are the results that people are having. You can't guarantee that they're going to have them, but even if you don't have the proof yet, even if you can point to so many people around you that are living proof that this business works. So just speak it with confidence, because if you don't have confidence, people are not going to be attracted to you. People, well, I'm trying to build a business, I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping it's going to work. Like, no. People won't be attracted to that. And that's probably part of my problem too, is that I haven't been confident enough and I haven't been a strong enough leader that people would want to follow me. And so that's what I've been working on, like reading leadership books, leading calls, like just getting in front of more people to practice what I say and how I say it. It comes with practice, and so you're going to get there. You're going to get there.
And girls, this is one of the places, this is a perfect place where the 45-second presentation comes into play. And I would totally take my camera off, but you guys aren't going to see me anyway. It's dark out here. So this is exactly the spot when someone says to you, Loretta, well, if it really worked that way, then why aren't you retiring? The simple answer to that is because I'm not there yet. So there's not, let's take network marketing out of the picture for a second, because this is something super serious. It's a very valid question, and it's a very valid concern and a very valid fear that everybody that's starting their business has. How can I possibly sponsor somebody if I don't have my car and I don't have the success? Because again, you go back to borrowing the success of someone else, and the fact that this business is not magical, it's not hopeful, it's mathematical. It truly is. And just like any business, not even including network marketing, you look at my corporate sales job, literally they hold me accountable for 15 calls a day, like 15 asks a day is what a call is in my world, my daytime job, 15 asks a day. I'm not held responsible for how many deals, how many closes, how many yeses I get each day when I have, and they ramp it up. So when I first got my job 2 years ago, they didn't expect me to be able to set records. They actually had they call it a ramp up. So they had, I had goals. Unlike Arbonne, if I don't hit my goal, yes, I will get fired. But what that does for me in my day job is it gives me a deadline to ensure that I have the confidence and the knowledge and the belief in order to actually be able to share the value and get the sale, right? So in Arbonne, we don't have that looming, you'll get fired if you don't do it, fear over us, to make sure that we build up those beliefs and those values and those skills in a timely manner. So what ends up happening is we end up delaying that out and sometimes across months, sometimes across years. But the reality is that if you measure yourself against the measurement of someone that goes region in 6 months, if you compare how many asks they have to how many asks you have, you would have the same kind of success. Because if you're out there and you're asking, for me in my day job, if I'm asking 15 asks a day and I do that for an entire week and I don't get any bites as a new rep, as a new salesperson, they didn't question it. They looked at, okay, what are you doing? What are you saying? How are you walking in there? Are you looking at it? You know, are you going into a cardiologist and selling, you know, foot care, or are you going into a cardiologist and selling the cardiopulmonary program? Are you walking into the surgical office and talking about wounds, or are you talking about, you know, cardiac? Like, it really, the value in which each person has or wants is different. And so the same thing, like relating that to Arbonne, are you going to someone that's saying, I don't have money, and saying, come buy my anti-aging? Or are you talking about the business and showing them how to make more money? If someone's saying to you, I really hate my wrinkles and I feel so old, I can't believe I'm going to be 50 this year. And you say, oh my gosh, you should do the business because you're old and you're about to retire. Or are you saying, you know, which is also possible, but are you saying, I have an amazing anti-aging? So if you walk in with specific needs, that's just knowing your market, your success rate will go up. But the reality is, like Lisa said before, your success rate goes up with the number of asks you have, the number of times you present, the number of preferred clients that you sponsor. Your belief and your success rate grows. I am way more successful. My success rate per ask is much, much higher today than it was even 5 years ago or 15 years ago, or I haven't been in 15 years, but 13 years ago. You know, so when I first started, my success rate was really low. So I had to ask, and it was more of that 90% of the people just ignored me. Whereas nowadays, my success rate is like probably about 25% of the people ignore me. And so if you are talking to someone and they say that to you as a new consultant, to circle back, you can say, you're right, like, I don't have all the success yet because I haven't had the time, or I haven't made the time, or I haven't made the effort. If you own your path so far, wherever you are, if it's day one or if it's, you know, the first day of the 7th year, it doesn't matter. If you say, to this point, I have not talked to the number of people that is required in order to be successful. I haven't sponsored the number of preferred clients yet that it takes to build that kind of structure in a business. I haven't sponsored the number of consultants it takes yet to grow a team to that level, but I can introduce you to people that have. And I promise you I will. If you just say it that way, it's just mathematical. And if you just add the word yet, then it honors where you are.
That's
right?
true.
Does that
Very
make
true.
sense?
Yes.
I haven't yet. You're not a failure by any means, Loretta. You just have not talked to as many people on a daily and weekly basis as Ashley Strong has, or as these people that have gone into Region in 6 months. Neither have I, for the record, right? So when I compare myself to someone else, I'm not looking at it as I'm a failure because I'm approaching year 14 and I'm not an MVP. I don't look at it like that. I don't tell myself that story because that's a very negative, like, degrading story that I could be doing to myself. I don't do that. I look at the reality is I haven't sponsored enough people. I haven't been consistent with my business, and I'm not there yet. But if they're not willing to believe in me, they can sit back and watch me. And I promise you, as you continue to believe in yourself and you continue to build your business and you continue to succeed, they will come back around. So put them on the not yet list and circle back.
Okay.
Total
That's good.
soapbox, sorry. I'm getting more and more passionate about this business, you guys. The more and more I get back into it and build both a corporate business and an Arbonne business. And I appreciate this business as a business instead of treating it like a hobby like I have for so many years. So you'll hear a lot. You'll hear me get on these soapboxes a lot.
That makes all the difference. And knowing that people are watching you, that should really, I mean, not to like put a lot of pressure, but it just should make you, like, you want to put on a good show. You want to make people believe in you and in what you believe in, that knowing that you've got an audience. People are maybe not responding to you 90% of the time, but they are watching. You know that.
Right.
So, okay. Well, thank you guys for being on. I want to just keep this to like 30 minutes and we'll hopefully figure out how to, okay, I'm going to stop the recording now. Thank you for being on.